everyone, welcome back to my channel Stitch Rip Repeat. I'm Helen and this is my weekly Friday sews video, and that's where I give you a little chatty rundown on what I have been up to for the week. Before I do get on, I just wanted to say thank you to the lovely ladies who have made recommendations for earring sellers for me. If you recall, last week I got my ears pierced, and these studs only have to stay in for another couple of weeks, and then I want to get some really nice earrings. So I knew putting a shout out on here to you guys would come up trumps, and it has given me already some fantastic sellers to have a look at. I will put the names of the people that were mentioned and the links to their Etsy, Instagram, etc. down in the description below. And I will also, if I remember, pop them up here as well, or down here somewhere on the screen. And you can go and take a look for yourselves. And everyone else, if you have got recommendations, please do keep them coming. Anyone who wants to know places to get earrings for themselves, obviously I have linked those ones here, but if anybody pops them in the comments, you'll be able to see them there as well. So the first thing I was going to talk to you about was the tester pattern that I completed last week. I cannot share with you yet, I'm afraid. It hasn't been given a release date. They are still working through all the testers and feedback at the moment. But as soon as that's released, I will let you know. However, I did do a addition for the tester, and it might give a little bit away, I guess. But I made this sash or tie, I'm not sure what you would call it, out of the matching fabric the other day. And when you see my finished pattern, I will show you why I made this sash, and I'm hoping you will like how it looks on the finished product. So that was something I sewed the other day because we'd had a lot of chat in the tester group about various different things to do with the pattern, and the sash that was an idea of mine, and I put a sort of mock-up in the group, got a lot of good positive feedback, and so I had lots of the fabric left, so I went ahead and made that. So just a little bit of a teaser there for when the pattern comes out. Secondly, I wanted to mention the Me Made May that's going on. Now this has gone on for quite a few years now. I can't remember exactly what year it is, but I believe it was Sozo blog, which I will put down here for you. And she came up with this idea a few years back and wrote a whole blog about the idea of using the month of May to think about your handmade wardrobe, to maybe dig out ones you hadn't worn for a while and to wear them and to post about them. And it's really an individual thing as to what you personally do. I made the pledge this year to wear at least one Me Made item every day, and to try to remember to post it on my Instagram. I've managed it for the first 6 days, so we'll see how we go. But I also want to decide which items that I have made that as I'm going through this month, I realise I don't reach for them, or I really just don't wear them. And if there's a reason why I don't wear them and that's not going to change, then I'm going to get rid of them and make room for handmade items that maybe I'll make in the future that I will reach for more. So I'm going to do a weekly roundup on my channel here for anyone who hasn't got Instagram and so hasn't seen my daily posts over there. If you do have Instagram and you haven't caught them, I have set up a highlight in my Instagram feed, and you can go back and I'm putting every day in there, so you'll be able to see all my outfits. This one that I'm wearing, my Billy by Tilly and the Buttons, is one that I haven't reached for as much as I thought I would, and I was really not sure why that was, because I know when I first made it that I didn't like the neckband being as high as it was, so I did change that. I did lower the neckband and I'm happy with that, but I still wasn't wearing it as much as I thought I would. So when I put it on today and took my photos and walked my daughter to school and everything, I had a light bulb moment. So the neck is fine now. I love the fit. I love how comfy it is. I love the pockets. It's the sleeves. So you will hopefully be able to see. If not, I'll put photos in. I have rolled up the cuffs on my sleeves, and I really like the length and the look of this. So what I'm finding I don't like, and I didn't really realise until I really thought about it, which is why Me Made May is good for these things, is I originally made these black ribbing cuffs to match the black ribbing band at the bottom. Now I like the band at the bottom. I do tend to wear them with my black tights and that works well, but I find I do not like. I think if it was full length I'd be fine, but I just don't like it. I don't know what you think, but what I'm planning to do is just remove those cuffings and then just hem it as normal, and I think that that will solve my resistance to wearing it. So already a few days into the Me Made May, I've made a discovery about one of my Me Mades that means I will wear it a lot more. So yeah, so I think Me Made May is great. I have done it for the last few years and I really enjoy it, and I love seeing everybody else's posts. Instagram is flooded with them, so do go check those out. So the next thing I wanted to mention was a challenge that I decided to take up, and I will pop the little picture here. It was the brainchild of a couple of ladies who are at So Legal Chick and at Sherry's Alchemy, and they started this challenge in the middle of April, but I only found out about it after Sam posted on her last video where she does freebies and challenges that are going on, and she mentioned it there. This challenge is perfect for me. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that after I decided to do this challenge, I got a lot of people saying, yeah, this is me, I need to do this too. So the challenge is hashtag 60-day no buy challenge. And the idea is to do all my sewing from my existing fabric and pattern stash, and for 60 days, no more. No fabrics, no patterns. So you all know from previous videos that I am a little bit of a fabric addict. I think we all are. And if you follow Instagram, you would have seen a little video I popped on the other day showing my stash, or I should say stashes. So I am doing this 60-day challenge and it will finish on the 4th of July, and I'm hoping that I will not rush out and buy all the fabrics I didn't buy in the 60 days come the 4th of July. We will see. But instead I'm thinking I will have gotten used to thinking about looking in my patterns and my fabric first. So do check that out. Again, as with everything, I'll put the details below. It may be something you think you could join in. I had a lot of people comment to me that they're definitely joining in, and this is perfect. And as I say, it suits me because I do buy an awful lot of fabric and patterns, and really I need to sew more of them up. So I have, in that respect, dug out a couple of patterns from my stash which I want to sew up, so I will get those. Those of you in the UK may understand why I was inspired to drag these out. Now these two I've had for quite a while and have not sewn them up, and the first one is this Maritime knit top from Liesl and Co. And the reason I've pulled this out, and hopefully you'll be able to see the line drawings of it there, if not I'll pop in a photo, but the reason I pulled this one out and the other one I'm going to show you is because of the Great British Sewing Bees episode last night, and they were doing a international episode, and the first pattern they had to do for their pattern challenge was a Breton top. I loved everybody's. I loved the different colour fabrics that they chose and the slight differences that they did on the plackets, whether it be intentionally or unintentionally. I thought they were great. But I knew when I saw that I had similar patterns. So that was the first one. And I also have this one by the Thriftystitcher, which is the Melissa Breton top. And obviously it's slightly different because it's got, I hope you can see, it's got a dropped shoulder and then the sleeve there. But again, obviously that would be lovely in those stripies. So I got both of these out, and I did put a little post in my stories on Instagram just for a bit of a giggle, because today I am going to be shopping this stash and finding all my stripy fabrics. Now, I don't know that I have basic sort of white and navy, which would be your classic Breton, but I do have lots of stripy fabrics. So I put up a little challenge for people to say how many they thought I might find. And so far, the highest guess by the lovely Gem at the Hammy Dressmaker has made the guess of 15. So I've had anything from 4 to 15 pieces of fabrics. So stay tuned. I will let you know either here or over on Instagram how many striped fabrics I do find in my stash. So that was another thing that I am doing. Finally, I just wanted to let you know why it is that I am showing a lot of fabrics and patterns and ideas in my channel at the moment and not sewing a huge amount of them up. So truth is, I put on a fair bit of weight in this last lockdown, and my plan for this year was a lot more of trousers and skirts and dresses. All of these required them to have quite a bit of fitting, and obviously I want them to fit me for quite some time. So I am reluctant at the moment to make too many of these things. For instance, the Darling Ranges dress that I got in my Sew Your Own Wardrobe kit box that I showed you a while back, I'm holding on to that because I've started to watch what I eat, and I am hoping to drop a couple of dress sizes, and then I will make the fitted patterns once I am happier with my size. So obviously it's just a personal thing. I just don't like the weight I am and the size I am at the moment, and so making a nice fitted dress feels to me like I would be wasting my time, because I am hoping to, as I say, lose a few of those extra pounds and therefore would need a different size. So I thought about what I can do so that I'm still sewing. So there's two things I can do really that will stop me from not sewing at all while I'm losing the weight. One is I can sew for my children, which I always like to do. So on that theory, I've decided with this polycotton, which you saw in my fabric hauls the other video, in a previous video, I'm going to make my son, who has the space themed room and who I made the duvet for, I'm going to make him the closet core puff out of this, because I was originally thinking pajamas or a skirt for me, but he did actually request one of them for his room when I made mine originally, and so I can do that because obviously there's no fitting required. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And then the other thing I'm thinking is, I have talked about cardigans for quite a while, and I did put up a this or that question on my community tab, which if you haven't seen, if you go onto a device and look at my channel, you'll see there's a community tab at the top, and it will show you all my posts. And the most recent one, I mentioned that I want to do a sew along. So I haven't done a sew along for quite a while. I'd really like to do one, and I thought I'd give you the choice. So my idea was either to do the New Look 6217 top, which is one of my favourite tops, and show you how I alter the pattern slightly because it's for a woven fabric, but I like to make it from a knit. So it was either that, or, as I was saying, cardigans. I would like to do the Helen's Closet Blackwood cardigan. Again, I've had the pattern for a really long time. I've had fabrics for a really long time. So I thought, right, I'll get on and do it. So I thought I could do a sew along for that. So if you haven't commented on either of those yet, please do pop onto my community post and choose which one you'd like and let me know. Or alternatively, you can just pop it in the comments which you'd rather see. At the moment, it's fairly 50-50 between the two of them. But as I said, that's for a sew along. But for my sewing in general, I want to make more cardigans, because obviously that doesn't really need to be fitted. And I'll probably still be making t-shirts and sweatshirt or hooded type tops, because I tend to wear them on the larger side, the hoodies and sweatshirts. And t-shirts, if I make them, if they're a little snug at the moment, I don't mind, because when I've lost weight, they'll just be a bit looser. So I will wear things like t-shirts if they're too small for me now, or if they're going to fit me now. Either way, because they're stretchy, I will wear them. So I will still make t-shirts, and I will try and make cardigans. So that will probably be the type of sewing that I do for a while, and I will keep you posted as to how I get on with my weight loss, if you're interested. And yeah, so that's me. That's about all I've been up to this week. Oh, so I did just want to quickly say I did find one pair of earrings that I had, which I'd forgotten. So these are from Lizzie at Makeup 140, and she started out quite a few years back now doing button jewellery, and she makes lovely earrings and lovely necklaces, and she kindly sent these to me along with lots of other customers as a thank you, sort of during and after the first lockdown, for continuing to shop with her, because obviously times are hard for the smaller businesses who had to shut their doors. So we continued to shop, and Lizzie did a wonderful click and collect, or even a delivery at the beginning. She was on my doorstep many times in the first lockdown last year. But yeah, she sent these earrings in at the time. I thought, oh, that's a shame, I can't wear them. And I popped them on my notice board up here until I could. So as soon as these can come out, I'll be wearing these really lovely button earrings. And if you are interested, as with everything, I'll pop Lizzie's details for this down below. So I will let you go. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, whatever you are doing. Watch out for my Me Made Roundup for this week, and I will catch you all in my next video.